Hey there, it's Erin Chung, and I teach modern real estate agents how to generate leads online to nurture relationships at scale and to take over local markets. Okay, so today we are talking all about Instagram. This is a continuation of a big blog post that I'm doing called Instagram for Real Estate, the Ultimate Guide. So this is one of the chapters in that guide. If you want to see all of the chapters in this guide, I want you to go to the blog. It's communityinfluencer.com/blog, and then just search for Instagram and it'll come up right away. So it's Instagram for Real Estate, the Ultimate Guide. Okay. So, this chapter of the guide, I want to talk about how to get more followers on your real estate Instagram. This is one of the questions that I get asked the most. And so, I want to make sure to address this question. So, first and foremost, I want to just knock this entire thing out of the way. If you are interested in learning how to get your next six figures in real estate or your first six figures in real estate, I want you to go to communityinfluencer.com/masterclass. Once again, that's communityinfluencer.com/masterclass. That is a free training that is going to allow you to give you an exact roadmap on how to get to your first or your next six figures in real estate and how to get more homes every single month. It's also going to show you how Instagram fits into your holistic real estate marketing plan. So go to communityinfluencer.com/masterclass and that free training is yours. So once again, we're covering how to get more followers on your real estate Instagram. And what I want to do is I want to just break this down step by step. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is I want you guys to post with a plan. So I've mentioned this several times already in this master guide, but I want to mention it one more time just so that it sticks with you guys. So post with a plan. I teach agents all the time not to post willy-nilly. You don't want to post without a strategy. You don't want to post without a specific sales funnel behind every single time you post, because social media is hard. Social media, when done right, it takes time. You have to be thoughtful about it. It's not an easy thing if you're doing it right. And I don't want you guys to get sucked into this time vortex of social media if you're not even getting results from it. So if you're not getting traffic, if you're not getting sales, if you're not getting leads, if you're not getting referrals from your social media, then that means that there's a problem and it means you're not doing it right. And when you're doing it right, you actually will start to get traffic, leads, and sales and referrals from social media. So the reason why, when you're doing it right, is because you're posting with a plan. Okay. So number one, to get more followers on your real estate Instagram, you need to post with a plan. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's break this down just a little bit more. So let's say when you have a blog, on your blog, you typically will tend to post with specific categories in mind, right? So you might have a category for a certain community or restaurants or different lifestyle topics, right? You need to think about Instagram the exact same way. Post with categories in mind. A lot of the categories that I like are same thing as a blog, like restaurants and community topics, construction that's going up, real estate, obviously, places to go and things to do. Those are the types of things that you're going to want to start focusing on when it comes to your real estate account. So, for Instagram. So make sure that you're posting with some sort of content plan in mind so that way you're not just posting willy-nilly without a strategy, because that is not going to yield results. It is just going to waste your time. And I'd rather you generate actual leads than have your time be wasted. Okay. So that's number one. You're also going to want to make sure that you stay on brand. Okay. You've probably chosen a specific geo farm area or a niche because that resonates with your ideal audience. And so when you're posting with a plan, you're going to want to make sure that you're sticking to that niche or you're sticking to that community so that way when people see it, they understand, they know what you're talking about. And then that way they really can resonate with you and your brand. And that's also part of posting with a plan. And it's also part of attracting your ideal client as well. You want to attract the best and repel the rest because life is too short. The next one is post when people are watching. So one of the benefits of being able to convert your account from a personal account to a business account is having juicy data. And part of that data is knowing when your posts are popular and what times you posted them. Now, Instagram has made a change where you don't see posts chronologically anymore. You see posts not in the order in which they were posted, but you see them based on an algorithm. And the algorithm has tens of hundreds of thousands of millions of things that it takes into consideration. However, there is a logic to posting when people are watching. So if you look in your Instagram account and you see that most of your posts are getting engagement between the hours of like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock p.m., then that's the time that you're going to want to make sure that you're posting. Not because, again, that's the way that Instagram shows the post, but because if you know that people are on the platform between 2 and 3 and you're getting the most engagement there, you're going to want to make sure that you're posting during that time, especially your stories, right? Because stories are posted chronologically these days. That could change in the future, but right now they are posted chronologically. So when you post the story, it goes up right away, right? That is in stark contrast to, let's say, if I post at 2 a.m. when no one's on, then I'm not going to get as much reach. And here's why. One of the things that the algorithm takes into consideration is your kickoff points, right? So if you post and like 30 people just kick it off right away, and you're like, that's a sign to the algorithm that this post is going to be popular and it's going to send you more free reach because it sees that a lot of people have been posting on this right away. So it's just going to continue with that momentum. So that's why I personally like to post during the times when people are watching, as opposed to like 2 o'clock in the morning when no one's on and I'm not going to get that good like kickoff, right? So that's when you're going to want to make sure that you do that. So post when people are watching. Number 3, I want you to post with a palette, okay? I've talked about this in some of the other chapters as well, but one of the biggest benefits of picking a color palette and sticking to it is the fact that when people see your Instagram photos one at a time, maybe they're looking for something on a hashtag and you happen to have that hashtag, and they get used to looking at your photos because they're used to your color palette, they're used to looking at your filters, and after a while, the connection's gonna make, they're gonna make a connection in their mind that like this person is the same person. So every time I see this filter or every time I see this color in my Instagram feed, I know it's from this real estate agent, and they're going to connect the dots automatically so that way when they're seeing your post one at a time, they still know that it's you. So even though you don't have your branding or your logo or your name or whatever on that particular post, they're still going to understand that that post comes from you. And I'll say this again, when we decided to stick with a color palette, and use a bold color palette that was magnetic to the type of person that we wanted to attract, our sales skyrocketed. And the reason why is because every single platform that people find us on, they can spot us out of the crowd because they see the same colors every single place. So that's one of the reasons why we use the same color palettes everywhere we go, because it's a branding strategy. We want to make sure that people can recognize and spot our brand no matter what platform they're on. And I recommend that you do the exact same thing. The next one is number 4. I want you to post with the perfect hashtags. So a lot of you guys are posting, but you're not using hashtags. And I want you to reconsider that. Hashtags are a way to search on Instagram. And I mentioned this example before in one of the other chapters, but my husband found his now barber on Instagram using a hashtag. We put in our city and then barber, and then this guy came up and he's amazing. So I want you guys to know that like that's how people search on Instagram. They're looking for hair salons, they're looking for barbers, they're looking for tattoo artists, they're looking for all kind of things, realtors, like everything that they're looking for, they're doing it with a hashtag. So you can do hashtag your city, hashtag your city real estate, hashtag your city realtor, hashtag your city open house. Make sure hashtag your city food, whatever it is, make sure that you're getting really really local with your hashtag so that people can actually find you on the platform. Okay. And then also don't forget profile tags too. If you're mentioning a business, tag the business. If you are mentioning like you're in a certain place, tag the place, like tag the geolocation. So what happens is on Instagram, when people look up those businesses and those locations, your photos will appear in those people's news feeds. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And people can also follow hashtags now. So I follow a ton of hashtags on my Instagram, and you're going to want to make sure that every time people post that they're able to see you. Even if they're not following your profile, they can still follow that hashtag and your stuff will come up. Okay. The next one is number 5. I want you to post for the people. This is the biggest one, okay? A lot of you guys are posting and ghosting. Like, that's not a solid strategy for any social media platform. The point of a social media platform is to be Ding, 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 social. So you want to make sure that you are social. Treat your social media like a Christmas party. You wouldn't go in, eat up all the food and bounce. You wouldn't go in, talk only about real estate and not say anything else and then leave. You wouldn't do that, right? Think of it like a party, all right? So, the best way to get followers on your Instagram is to genuinely engage with people, connect with people. This drives me crazy. Someone will say, "Hey Erin, like can you look at my Instagram profile?" And every once in a while I actually will. I'll click over, I'll look at the profile, and they're like, "How come I'm not getting any leads?" And I'll look and like none of their comments have been replied to. Like they don't reply to any of their comments. And I'm like, I wouldn't become a lead either from you because like I just messaged you on Instagram and you didn't even reply back to me. So like if that's any indication of how you run your business, I want nothing to do with that, right? So for us, like I have an entire support team of people that are on Instagram all day long looking to see if anyone commented. And if it requires me to comment, I'll jump in and do it. Or if it's a quick comment that they can reply to, then they'll do it. But either way, like we reply to every single comment on every single platform. I don't care if it's YouTube, Facebook, our bot, we have comments. Sometimes we used to have them for our blog. We have comments on Instagram. We have comments literally everywhere. Our ads that we run, we have comments everywhere and have a team of people that are just searching the internet for comments so that way you know that we're responsive. We are a high performance, hyper responsive team, and I want people to know that so that when you work with us you know that you're getting the best of the best in support. And that starts not after they make a purchase, that starts from social media. Okay, if someone is commenting on your stuff, if they took the time to leave a comment, then you need to take the time to reply back to them. Create a genuine connection with people. If people go on your profile and they see that you're active and that you are commenting and that you know you're DMing and all of those things and you're creating stories and replying to people, they will follow you and they'll be apt to follow you and they'll be excited to follow you because they know that you're supportive of your tribe, okay? Do the same thing. I cannot stress this enough. That is the number one way to build following is to actually care about your followers, all right? It seems counterintuitive. I know it seems too simple, but that's really what it is. We care deeply about you guys and we care deeply about our tribe and it shows. And again, it doesn't start from the minute that you decide to purchase one of our programs. It comes from the second that you decide to interact with us in any way, shape, or form online. Okay. That's a non negotiable for us, and it should be a non negotiable for you too. So, this is Instagram for Real Estate, the ultimate guide. This is one of the chapters in our ultimate guide. If you want to learn more about Instagram, just go to the blog and type in Instagram for Real Estate. It'll come right up, and you can see every single chapter that we have on this one. I also post weekly on Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, all of the platforms that I just mentioned above. We even have a podcast as well. And I want you to basically search for us on your favorite platform and follow us there. You can search Community Influencer and find us on all of those platforms. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this, I want you to tune into our free training at communityinfluencer.com/masterclass. Once again, that's communityinfluencer.com/masterclass and get on our free training to see how Instagram fits into your overall marketing strategy as a real estate agent. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.